Okay, I noticed your sign with Ronald Reagan, and I'm old enough to remember the Reagan years, so I do know that's where a lot of these problems started. Can I ask what got you involved with this movement?
I've been around a little while. I've kind of been waiting around for a big protest for the Bush years. I mean, there were smaller protests, but it kind of, the idea of an occupation seemed pretty good, so I figured I'd come out.
So what's been your experience so far?
It's pretty cool. There's a diverse bunch of issues down here. A lot of people with a lot of different views. Everyone's pretty respectful and polite. I was down here late last night. There was a guy screaming. It's kind of weird, and the cops are pulling people after 10 o'clock for honking their horns, which is kind of understandable. I guess people live down here, but it caused a little bit of ruckus. Other than that, it's pretty peaceful. Yeah, it's cool.
So, where do you hope this goes?
I want to see an end to trickle-down economics. I've got a lot of representatives in this state who I'm trying to figure out if they support a particular law. I'm a computer professional, and if you've got time, basically this law prevents me from getting overtime, and the argument back in 1992 from, I will call them big tech for lack of a better word, they argued that, they were able to take people like, small businesses like mine, if they were able to take my overtime, then they would bring more jobs into the state. And it's 10 or 20 years later, right? And there's a lot of people that are unemployed. They're making a lot of profits still that are, they're maxing out their profits, which, good for them. But I feel like there's a lot of unemployment here, and I feel like this trickle-down stuff, now that it's been proven not to work, we all need to stop doing it, stop supporting it. We're talking about repatriating taxes, bringing it back in from overseas. If only, we would only tax them at 5% rather than 35%, and it just seems like bribery or a threat to me to be able to do that, or for them to be able to do that. So.
Now this is a minor point, but I think with Reagan it was supply-side economics.
Supply-side instead of
that was right. It's the same as trickle-down, just a different framing. Like calling the rich the job creators.
Right.
Same thing. It's the latest incarnation.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you're aware of this, but some of the conservative people in Congress, like Peter King and Eric Cantor, are very worried about the growing mob that is Occupy Wall Street. What would you tell them?
What would I tell them? Wow, there's so many things I would love to tell them.
Take your time.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty obvious how political things have become in Washington, and I feel like being against everything they're so oppositional to everything. There's so much intransigence, and I don't think that anybody out here is looking for a dictatorship of, my way or the highway. I think that everyone out here is just looking for a little bit of compromise, a little bit of, hey, let's just talk about this and get through to the next phase. Really what I feel like is that we're all looking for the same ends. We're all looking for a means to get there. And if we kind of tear each other apart, trying to get to, the same ends, which is like healthy people and, smart kids and peace and, there's just basic stuff. I don't know, I just feel like we can come together a little bit.
It's a little hard to hear everything, but it seems to me there's been a lot of support from cars driving by. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, a lot of support.
Okay.
A lot of honking.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.